Today we play golf.
Let me show you how we do it in the pros.
Welcome to Behind the Golf Brand Podcast.
I never miss with the 7-iron.
A conversation with some of the most interesting innovators and entrepreneurs behind the biggest names in golf.
My friends were the golf clubs. I lived on the golf course. I lived on the driving range.
From pro talk
You should learn something from each and every single round you play in.
to fun from on and off the green.
Why would you play golf if you don't play it for money?
Just let me put the ball in the hole.
This is Behind the Golf Brand Podcast with Paul Liberatore. Behind the Golf Brand Podcast is sponsored by On Point, the revolutionary three-dimensional domed golf ball marker. On Point provides alignment recognition as small as a degree of inaccuracy from the planned course of the putt face angle. Endorsed by Jim Furyk, U.S. Open champion and 17-time PGA Tour winner. On Point alignment technology has been proven to increase putting performance and help lower your score. Visit onpointgolf.us and be sure to use code GA10 for a 10% discount. On Point, make more putts.
What's up, guys? Paul from Golfers Authority. Welcome to Behind the Golf Brand Podcast. This week, I have a whale of a brand that's coming out that is going to disrupt the market. I have my friends Erica and Deb from Orca golf bags. They're a relatively newer brand, last couple of years, but they're really trying to take off big time. And so it's really cool to have them on the show today. So without further ado, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Paul. We appreciate it very much.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it.
I love
So where are you guys at right now?
Well, we're currently sitting here in beautiful sunny South Florida in Fort Lauderdale and just having a great time.
Is it nice out today or is it raining?
Beautiful. So all my friends up north, do not kill us. I'm sorry. It's just where we are at the moment. We're right across the Atlantic Ocean. We're looking at it. It's gorgeous.
Really? You can see the ocean from your house?
Sure.
I'm in a condo. We're actually on the amenities side, but that's nothing.
That's cool. That's awesome. I got a view of nothing. I have a view of my neighbor's house.
I don't want to get any bad DMs I heard you talk.
Well, I'll get bad DMs saying, hey, this is your neighbor. Why are you talking about my house?
Exactly.
So,
I want to come visit tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, come on over. There's a pool.
I want to come over tomorrow. Let's come over tomorrow.
Sure. Oh, come on over.
Anytime.
I'll bring my kids. You guys can watch my kids, and then I'll go to the beach. Just kidding. So let me ask you this. So what is your first memory in golf? I always ask people that, everyone has that one memory, right? So what's your really first memory in golf and what kind of got you interested in the game?
Wow.
Deb, this is to you.
Yeah. I've been playing for over 40 years. So I have a lot of memories of golf. It was just one of those things in high school that some of my friends were doing. I thought it was pretty cool. I was very athletic at the time. And I went to the driving range with a friend and I was able to hit some decent balls and sort of got interested in it, got on the team. And then it just sort of progressed from there.
So were you on the LPGA tour or did you go to college and play golf or you just like everybody else you just love the game?
I wish I was on the LPGA tour. No,
Me too.
I admired many of those women for many, many years, but no, I did go on to play college golf, but never took it seriously enough to think about going on any further because again, those back then, it was something that just didn't enter my mind. I mean, it was so far-fetched at the time, and I was really more focused on just going to college and getting a degree and getting to work.
But what she didn't tell you, Paul, is that she got a full ride basketball scholarship to go play with Pat Summitt. So I stole her thunder right there.
But this is about golf.
So you're a basketball player?
Back when 5'5" was still an acceptable height for women to play basketball, yes, absolutely.
See, so you're an athlete. Don't even act like, I played golf, but kind of. But no, I was a basketball player.
And she coaches tennis, and she played tennis and stuff. So yeah.
Just anything. I enjoyed all of it. So
that's cool. So what about you, Erica?
Okay, so my favorite, my first memory in golf was I wasn't born in this country. The minute I
what?
I know. Like, where are you from? So
I thought you're from Chicago.
Okay, but yeah, So I wasn't born in this country. So when I lived here for 20 years and fully Americanized, but still at heart an island girl. So I didn't play golf. Golf for me was Tiger Woods. And that was every time any word T came on the golf, everybody in Jamaica was watching it. So outside of Tiger Woods, that was golf for me. So when I moved here, and Deb was such an active golfer, and she kept pushing me to play golf. And then I'm like, it's not me, whatever, I'll play tennis, I'll do those kind of, so I'm not me. And finally, we went to Sam Snead's course in Virginia at the Homestead. Never played golf, never touched a golf stick a day in my life. And I had these little baby kind of clubs, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go play. So I go and she says, okay, you put the ball here, because I knew the mechanics of golf because I'd seen it, never played it. And she said, you put it here, you do this, you line up. So I did what she said, and I hit the ball, and it was like about 180 yards, like dead dumbs, the fairway. And she was like, okay. So she said, okay, this is the club. You iron, you take it, you go there, you're going to get it up, you stay like this, you do this, you look at it, you think, and I did what she said, and it was like 2 feet from the hole. And she's like, did you say you never played golf before? And I go, my grandmother's grave, I never played golf before. And that day, we played the 18 holes. And I think for the first time in her life, she was flabbergasted. At the end of the round, she said to me, you need golf clubs. And that was my start of golf. I won the next 6 months later, I won this like a little club tournament. I won long drive.
Are you serious? So you're like literally a natural, right? Like
that's what.
But Paul, what she didn't tell you about the story, and she's
oh my God,
find this, but I'll take 2 seconds to tell this.
She was drinking.
No, I'm not a drinker, so no drinking.
Erica's a very stylish person. She's always well put together. It's what she's known for. So I knew all of this, and I figured the only way I could get her to play golf was I went and I bought the complete outfit. The outfit, the socks, the shoes, the glove, everything matching, not pink, by the way, all of that. Yeah. And she looked the part. So that's how I conned her into getting her on the course.
That's her recollection of it. But Paul, it was a lot of money she spent. You know what?
It's golf. There's nothing in golf that's cheap. Like, seriously.
It was Nike hats and Nike outfit and Nike everything. It was like almost 1,000.
You were like the female Tiger Woods. You probably...
Exactly. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go play this game. And
so my point is it worked.
That was the trick, right? It was like, hey, you look really good playing golf. Like, all right, I'll go. And then it's like, oh crap, she's good. I know Deb was like, oh crap, she's good. Because they're like, wait a minute, because I played golf on Sunday with my boss.
Yeah.
And I just gave him like my irons. Like I had really good irons. And I gave him like my old irons and I like gave him my stuff. And he was really crappy because he had crappy stuff. And then all of a sudden he started kicking my ass. And I was like, I know it's because of the club. She's like, oh, I got some lessons. I'm like, 3 lessons is not going to make you better. And I'm like, oh crap. So now I really have to play, not like, oh, I'm really good against him. I get it. I know you're thinking. Don't even.
Yeah. So, and for another podcast, we have so many stories of, one of the reasons why we're, Orca golf fans is walking up to the driving range and there's like, 100 men and the 2 of us and another lady somewhere. And a guy actually said to me once, I had this huge driver because I'd won a driver from a long drive competition. He didn't know this. So I just walk up and I say hi. And the dude actually said to me, are you sure you can handle that? That's what he said to me.
I just turned around and walked. I thought, oh no, here we go.
Yeah, you should have been like, no, but it's so big. I don't know what to do. Like you should have
Right. And I literally
you're like
I said to him, I said, I don't know. I just got it. Because I literally had just got it and I'd never opened it. I opened it at the driving range. And I'm like, whatever you do, just show this dude that you got it. So I just walked up to the tee. I lined up and that baby was like 220 yards down down the thing.
And he turned around and said, oh, he was stunned.
He was stunned. He's like, yeah, I think you can handle it. So.
You should have been like, it looks like you need one of these. And then walk away. And then drop it, like drop the mic. Did you drop the club and then walk away? And Deb's all, boy. And that should be like the Orca commercial.
Yeah,
Dude, I have the best commercial in the world.
Because that's real, Paul. That actually,
I know that'd be cool. See, I like you guys. I told you that before. I was talking to you. I was like, you guys are cool. Fast forward, and I mean, obviously, I know that this is like your second career almost, right? Like in a way, because you had
our back nine, yes.
Yeah. So kind of tell us like kind of how you evolved into Orca, because I know you're very interesting like career path and then kind of where you got to.
Sure. So I went off to school right out of high school, went to a small teaching school, got a degree in business and arts management. I was a music major for 3 years and then decided to take the business side of it. And then I went on to West Virginia University, which is my home state, West Virginia. I did a master's in public administration there. I started a computer business when I moved down here to Florida for 3 years, right after college, and started an apprenticeship with a gentleman and his wife who started a computer company here. And I had never had a computer class in my life.
It was like the 80s.
Okay, Paul. Okay. Yes.
Early 80s. No, it's okay. Listen, you know why? My cousin did the same thing and he ended up becoming like super, super high at Microsoft. So, I mean.
Yeah. So I got really interested in it. I was very good at it. And I went back to West Virginia and I announced to my father that I was going to start a computer business. And he said to me, you can't do that. And that's all I needed to hear. So I started this small computer business. I had a great relationship with my dad. It wasn't anything like it was sort of.
I know, but it's like, I get it too. Like, you're like, oh yeah, you want to see? Let's.
Exactly.
And in 3 years, he was eating crow. So I did that. And then I decided I had always wanted to go to Washington, D.C. And I spent 25 years in Washington, D.C. And had most of my career there. And I worked my way up very quickly and became a chief information officer, which is...
it's pretty damn high. It's like on the top of the board. Yeah.
As high as you get. And I did that for several organizations. And I at the time loved it, but I became a workaholic.
So you're crazy smart. Right? When you're the CIO, you're crazy smart.
Oh, she's gonna say
she's gonna deny it. I already know. I know she's smart, so it's okay.
Every single person who knows her will tell you she's beyond smart. So
it's really not about being smart. It's about being strategic and it's about being kind.
Putting it all together, right? All these multiple things happening.
Because I don't know everything, and I never do know everything. But there's a lot I do know. But what I do know is I quickly figured out I was very good with people and I could manage people very well. And I've actually trained a lot of people who are very high at Microsoft now. So that's one of the things I'm really proud of. I'm still in touch with them.
Yeah, you're the mentor. You mentored them into how to.
My last job, I managed 300 people in 9 countries. So, and that was all engineering. And again, no computer background. Not sure I can pass a computer class. I don't know. But I just have a propensity for it. So
I love that. That's awesome. I didn't know that.
The golf continued with me throughout my career because I used it as a business tool. And there were many times, even since Erica's been here, where I would go off to a conference and I'm the only woman playing golf. And once they found out I was pretty decent, of course, they wanted me to join their team, because I could,
You're the ringer.
Yeah, of course. And then
you brought Erica with you.
Over time, it just got to be more and more and more. And, one of my last deals I called Erica from the 6th hole and said, I just closed a deal for $4.7 million. It took me 6 holes. So it became a business tool. And Erica has, quite a story as well. But toward the end of my career, I come home and I said, I'm done. I'm burned out. I don't want to.
You're burned out. Yeah.
I want to do it, but I want to do something fun, but I need to take some time. So I quickly started looking at options and things to do. And we started talking. And before I left my last company, and everybody who knows I worked with did this, I had an opportunity to play in a golf tournament. I wasn't invited initially. I came in as the last minute ad, and I had an opportunity to putt at the end of that gathering. And all of the board was there, the CEO, the senior leadership. And it was one of those periods in my life where I just wanted to sort of make a statement before I left. I left on very good terms and all that, but I just needed to say something and it wasn't vocal. So I got ready to putt. There were 3 of us, 2 men and myself. The 2 gentlemen went first. The first person putted off the green. The second person putted halfway on the green. My turn came And I took a good 30, 40 seconds before I hit the club. And I said, just let me put it in the hole and let me end it there. And you know what? I did it. 51 feet.
Holy crap.
51 feet. And they had to pay me 10 grand.
Yeah.
Shut up. Is that one of those like charity things? Like, oh shit. You made 51, you made 10 grand on that putt?
10 grand.
51. And
Did Erica get a new outfit?
New outfits and lots of golf.
No, I didn't.
This is how she used this to propel us
for
forward.
the business. So
oh, really? That was like your seed money? Like it's not like you guys really needed it, but like.
Oh, we played golf with that.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't really seed money. But that happened years ago. So now fast forward to 4 years ago or 2 years ago when we came up with this. The name of our business is 17 Yards Golf. Mm-hmm. And the 17
I see.
was 51 feet. Because I said,
that's far.
Let's call our company, 51 feet, because it was a deep story of,
Yeah, it's a changing moment in your life too, right? Like that.
Woman in a technology for 35 years, we know the reality. It's a struggle. It's tough and all of that. And to actually do it, nobody did it before. And I think nobody has done it since. Mm-hmm. So 51 feet didn't really make sense in golf. And she said, yards make better sense. So let's convert it from feet to yards.
You know why I love this? You know why I like you guys so much? Because like growing up, my aunt was a pilot. I used to be a pilot before I became a lawyer. And so like my whole growing up, I was in the flying world and she was a pilot. Then she became a lawyer, right? But she went through the same kind of struggles as a woman pilot and I understand that because she was also general counsel for what's called Women in Aviation, which is like the world's largest women's aviation. Like it's ginormous, right? And she was like their general counsel for like 30 years, right? She was one of the founders of it. So every year I'd go to these conferences with her. And I mean, all these amazing women, in the aviation world, right? They all the same same thread of a story, right? And so my aunt's story, she would have been the first female pilot at United, but she got pregnant. And they're like, oh, nope, sorry, we can't hire you. In 1978 or something like that, or 77. So it's like, I really like that. I like hearing these stories because I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I don't know. I just want to share that with you.
Yeah, we're here and we can do it.
Right. And then, so Erica never really knew, I don't think, how really talented she is. And she won't say much about this. So I'll boast about this a little bit. But when we decided that we were going to start a company, we originally started a little small angel investment company. And the idea behind that, and that's when we came to Florida. And we decided we wanted to try to find young women, entrepreneurs, who were trying to use technology to somewhat change the world, create an app, do something that was impacting. And so at the time, we were looking for a custom golf bag because we know that a golf bag can be a walking billboard on a golf course. And we wanted to draw attention to what we were trying to do. And Paul couldn't find anybody. I mean, I know how to search, and we could not find anything. And years before that, I had gotten my teaching certification to teach golf through PGTAA.
As if she didn't know everything else.
And that was supposed to be in my retirement job. That didn't work out too well. But anyhow, I still have it in my hip pocket. But we decided that I would go back and try to find the gentleman who made me a custom bag many, many years ago that had my teaching credentials on it. And I was able to find him. And we spoke to him, and he was trying to do something over here in the U.S. And we said, let's work together. Let's see what we can do. So for 3 years, 3 years, we did nothing but make individual custom golf bags. And Erica began learning how to design them. And so because we weren't pulling them off of a shelf, they had to be designed from scratch. And there are 75 components to every golf bag. But
really didn't know that.
Yeah, she would design them from scratch and work with our partner in Scotland to do that. And she became incredible at it. And she still to this day does all of our design work. So she works directly with our customers and takes their thoughts. And sometimes they say, I don't know what I want. And she, just by talking to them and spending time with them, which is what we truly believe sets us apart, the customer service we give, that we really get to the heart of what it is they want to express on their bag. And
you guys are going to blow up. I already know it.
so
no, I can just tell. You know why? because there's a need for this that no one talked about, right? And so like I can just see with the LPGA, like all of a sudden I'm like really cool custom bags for these ladies, you know, and like I don't know, Vessel did it with men, right? For the men, if you look at Vessel, because I work with Vessel, they did that with on the PGA tour. A lot of the guys carry Vessel bags. And really, you know, it's kind of like the same thing, but for women, you know, because, or I mean, it's not for really for everybody. It's not just for women. It's just because you guys do it for everybody. It's just more like
because also we were contacted when COVID hit. Prior to COVID, we were contacted by a small company here in Florida who we had been talking to, and they knew what we did, and they came to us and said, we're sponsoring Charles Schwartzel on the PGA Tour, and we would like a commemorative bag for him to carry at the 2020 Masters.
Last year's one.
Can you do that for us? Erica said, absolutely, we can do that. And we didn't know that COVID was going to hit, but she designed the bag and had it delivered to them in less than 30 days, which is unheard of. And they were over the moon. And Charles actually carried that bag in the Masters.
So we do.
Wow.
And one of the things we want to make clear is that we're the only difference with us and another company is that we're women. Mm-hmm. And it's for the first time women are doing it. We make bags for men and we make bags for women. The golf industry is what? 30-something% women. So we don't, and that's our whole story.
Is it really?
Uh-huh.
I don't quote me on that.
No, but even still, I'm not, I mean, if you think about that, right? Think of how many years of a missed opportunity, right? I mean, forever, right? Where nobody was really catering to the female golfer. They've always been an afterthought. And that's, I mean, I played golf with my grandmother. Like when I was for years and years, I just love it. I had the best memories in the world playing golf with my grandmother. She played all the time, right? And it's a redheaded stepchild, right? It's like, oh yeah, we'll make something pink, like we talked about earlier, right? Oh, we'll make a pink hat, and it's for females. They'll like it because they're girls. No, you know, that's the stigma.
So
whatever you want to call it.
Your podcast that we're announcing it to the world. Women don't love pink.
Yeah.
There's some women who you give them everything pink, but that's a very small percentage of women. Pink is a girl thing. It's young as we grow into womanhood, and we like colors. Mm-hmm. There's nothing in our bag that is pink in our line of bags.
So I did a pink beanie, right? But so when I was designing the beanie, I showed my wife, and I'm like, "What pink should I do?" And she's like, "Not that one." She's like, you should just like mauve-y looking pink. You know what I mean? Like a real light, like almost, I don't know what kind, like a skin tone pink, right? Yeah. And she's like, you go with that. Do not go with this. And I was like, okay. I'm glad I didn't, because I mean, she was right, and I didn't do that. But like even hearing you guys, she's like, it would have been ugly as hell. I mean, like I said, a 14-year-old might would have worn it because it's bubblegum pink. Probably not nowadays. So who knows? You know, maybe.
With the pink for women thing, it's just kind of like, and that's not to say that there are not some women who love the pink,
and that's okay.
And because we in our line of travel bags, we have pink in there because there's some women who like to match their luggage and stuff. So in our travel bag, and so women who wanted pink. I mean, I know Morgan Press loves pink. You know, they love pink. So there are people who like it. However, it's not a brand for women in general, because when you talk to a lot of the women that we've talked to and men, they're like,
please no pink.
Please, I'm so happy you're not doing a pink thing. Mm-hmm. So we're over the pink now.
I mean, could you imagine, like, what a way of pigeonholing yourself too, right? If all your products were pink, it'd be like, oh, it'd always be so gimmicky. It's almost like that'd be something that a man would do. Like I would, I'm going to sell female golf bags. They're all going to be pink, and they're going to think it's going to work. It's like, no.
That's why they don't sell.
So our bags are in everything about our business is a story and a message of hope and inspiration and inclusiveness. If you look on our website, we talk about the pie piece of who we are, and that is purpose, and that is inclusiveness and empowerment. That's who we are, and that's what we're about. Everything that we do has a purpose. Everything. And it goes back to my culture, and it goes back to Deborah was born and raised in a small town in West Virginia, but her parents were smart. Her father was a genius, in my opinion. And I think he brought the genes to her. So, our lives before golf and during our work is about giving back and helping and kindness and goodness. So it's a business and we're in here to make money. We're not in here to play around. So that's a big piece of it. However, it's a business with a purpose. Every tournament with which we work, we give back to the tournament. We're having for the first time a woman-owned title sponsor golf professional tournament for girls at the World Golf Village in October. It's never been done before. Why? Because these women are kind of like forgotten during October and the first of the year because they don't always make it to the LPGA. They don't always make it to the Symetra Tour. And a lot of them just don't have the funds to travel around. Think about, traveling to all these different tournaments. So what Orca did is we're working with Mark. And so we're title sponsor for these girls, helping these girls to go into the World Golf Village, play some golf, learn some life lessons, compete, help one another, and walk away from it with a story and learning something new about life in itself, not necessarily just competing in golf, but life. Because as Deb said, she used golf in her business world.
And helping them understand that, not every young boy makes it to the NFL. Not every young girl is going to make it to the LPGA, but there are a plethora of opportunities within the golf industry to participate and to help make it better. And so we want to introduce them to some of those things. But to Erica's point, it's about life lessons. It's about finances. It's about teaching. It's about all kinds of things. And it's a 10-day event. We're really excited about it.
Oh, that's cool.
Mark had called us and we were so excited that PXG has decided to be our presenting sponsor, which is
holy crap.
Yeah.
So we're like Orca and PXG fans forever, kind of like, so we're excited. Like everything.
Well, that's a good brand to be synonymous with, right? If they're doing stuff with you, then, that's a super high-end golf club, well-respected brand, disrupted the market a couple of years ago. It's people know it's not BS. It's not like, some brand.
Of the LPGA and women in general. So we really felt that if we could get the best of the best, it would be PXG.
And this is a good commercial for PXG. And when we meet with them, more formally, we will talk to them about this. But we were talking to a young LPGA player here in Florida. And, one of the things she said to us, she said, I'm so happy PXG is presenting your tournament because they take really good care of the girls, of the women on tour. So and that was from an LPGA player. So kudos to PXG. And we hope that the bigger brands in golf will come on board with us.
They won't. I don't think they will. Come on. I don't know. They've had years to do it, right? Like it takes people like yourselves and brands like yourselves breaking the mold, right? Like they're used to doing the way they've been doing business for 40 years. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. They're going to do it. Yeah. I don't really have a lot of respect for the bigger brands. I mean, whatever. I find that innovation comes from smaller and mid-sized brands because they are trying to solve a problem. Right?
Our focus is very different. There are global brands that
publicly traded.
Yeah, that tens of thousands of products, and we're just that's not us. Yeah, it's just not us.
We can't overstate the purpose piece of it, and like the Orca. I mean, if people just take some time and just read a little bit about the meaning of the Orca and that huge Orca, and Orca is like an apex of the sea. I mean, nothing can touch on Orca. They're the highest of the species, and they call them killer whales. They are the sweetest, nicest, gentlest thing, but don't mess with them.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll mess you up.
Yeah, right. So don't mess with them. And they're misunderstood in that a lot of people think, or most people think, that an orca is a whale. It is absolutely not a whale.
It's a shark, right?
It's a dolphin.
Oh, it's a dolphin. That's right.
It is actually a dolphin. And, you talk about the killer whale and they go, this male killer whale. The killer whale is a female.
It's the female.
Not the male. So
you guys are the killer whales. If somebody messes with you guys.
Figurative, but their manner of communication. I think I'm going back to high school science class now. I think maybe the honeybee is maybe the only other creature that has such a sophisticated communication. I mean, they travel in pods, they communicate. I mean, the way they come together and spy up to find things, it's a beautiful lesson in inclusiveness. If we can learn about the orca, and that's why we our brand is called the orca, the black, the white, we're these things.
Your bags are nice. Like even like they just redid their website, you guys, because I've been on it before, and they just went on today to look at it, and I was like, whoa, new website. But like their bags are freaking nice. Like the first time I talked to you guys, I was like, holy crap. I mean, we're used to seeing bags that are flat. Let's call it the coloring's flat, just flat. I suppose I can describe it. It's black or white, maybe a lighter blue and a lighter green or something like that, like a navy, but they're always flat in color. It's now there's a shine to it. And it's like, you guys are fancy. I was like, holy crap, that stands out, like that even looks nice.
Yeah, the thing about our bags is we try to, again, the orca is such a sleek looking animal, and it is black and white, and you can still use black and white and look very sleek. Yeah, which is what we do not typically make nylon bags that you would see sitting in a store. That's not our brand. We want people who like style, they want quality, and they like craftsmanship, because everything down to the rivets and the snaps and the quality of the zipper, we only use certain quality zippers. I mean, everything is just impeccably done from a craftsmanship. And we spent a lot of time finding the right partners to do that with. And, we were willing to wait to bring it to market if and only we had that quality. It's just who we are, and it's what we believe in, and we don't ever want someone to have to come back and say, wow, this fell apart, or that. And in the 5 years we've been doing it, knock on wood, we've not had a problem.
Yeah, but so just recently though, like before you were more custom bags, right? Like, but now aren't you guys bringing like bags to the masses too now?
Yes.
Right?
There are two sides to our business. There is the custom side of the business, which we will always have. And Erica pretty much leads that. And she's the one who works directly with our customers. And those are individual bags. Or maybe a tournament comes to us and says, we need 125 bags. And she designed 120 some bags for the Maryland Smith Pro-Am in Arizona last year.
The year before. Yeah. COVID was.
And so she worked with them. And Maryland Smith was one of the original founders of the LPGA. And Maryland Smith was known, she just died last year. She was known for her pearls. And Erica created this beautiful bag, and it had a set of pearls stitched on it. It was absolutely stunning.
That's cool.
She works to do that kind of stuff. However, we started talking, we said, maybe not everybody wants a fully customized bag, but they want the quality and craftsmanship of an orca bag. So she sat down and designed 6 bags, and they come in different colors, that we would offer to the masses that we're a little bit further down in terms of not quality, but of cost, because we can offer them in quantity versus an individual bag, which is much harder to produce.
Yeah. So you can go online now and get your Orca blue. And the Orca blue is my favorite because it's a Caribbean blue, and I'm a Caribbean girl. So you can go online and get your own Orca, which is really cool. And we're happy for, the uptick that we're seeing in our.
So when did your bags come in? Your mass, let's call them to the masses bag. Like recently? Because that was on the website before, was it? I don't know if it was.
No, it's not on the website.
You have to go now to see the.
Yeah, it was just released. We just did a press release about a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. Mark emailed me.
Yeah, so if you go to the Orca now, you'll see the brand new line of bags.
Dude, your bags are nice. I'm not just saying that. Like I see a lot of bags. I work with Vessel. Who else I work with? I work with Minimal. Yeah. Really, those are the two. I worked with what the heck is this called? Sun Mountain. They make cool bags, but they're functional bags. But yeah, you make nice bags. I'll just tell you that right now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people trying to get into the bag world. I've seen this. Like they go into Alibaba and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna make bags," and it's those really shitty vinyl-y bags that are like it probably costs $40 to make, and they're selling them for like $200. And it's like, I would never carry that bag. I wouldn't even give that to my kids to carry, you know?
To your point earlier, to go back one step is, practicing what we preach, which is to really try to elevate the women's game as well. Erica and I spent a lot of time with the LPGA last year, talking about how we could support the LPGA and bring our products to life with the LPGA. And we signed a contract with them. And Erica has designed a full line of bags, travel bags, our pod and all of that, for a special set of them for the LPGA amateurs, and then a full set for the LPGA teaching professionals.
Oh, that's cool. That's smart.
Yeah, they come onto our site through a special login.
I saw that.
For them, and they can order a special bag.
I tried logging in, but it wouldn't let me. Just kidding.
That's the whole.
Yeah, you have to provide your number.
No, it's really cool. You know how smart that is? That's super freaking smart, because now it's like they roll into a tournament and they have all matching stuff and it all looks legit and it all looks nice. And it's not like they're, like they look, I don't want to say look the part. It's like they
ideas. they can buy us, 50 million and we're cool.
Yeah, well, good luck with that, because I've been trying that for a while. I'm just kidding. I haven't been. I've been myself.
Yeah, the whole idea behind this is, again, having been in the golf industry, well, not been in the golf industry that long, but having been in the golf world for so long. We've, country clubs. We played with friends. We played with, private courses. We've run public courses. The gamut of men, women, kids, all of that. I'm a board member at First Tee. So, the First Tee kids and veterans and all of that. So we know the golf world. And because we know the golf world that well, all the things that we do now is the culmination of years of knowledge and years of that information, listening to people, all that information.
Without physically being in the industry. Like you learn through osmosis, right? Like my dad used to always say, like you just learn.
So when we came to the golf industry as a business, a legitimate business, we came at the table. We weren't scratching our way anywhere. We came at the table and we said, okay, this is who we are. We are here. We've got this. And we're willing to grind our way to the top if that's what it takes.
You know what I like about you guys too? You have like a FU card, right? Because it's not like you're coming into like your FU card is like, we're doing this because we want to do this. We're not doing this to like stay alive, right? It's like some people have to come in, this is their job and they're just trying to kill it. But you're able to say, you know what? We can do whatever the hell we want. We're doing this for a completely different reason. So you can't even touch us.
Not as broadly as that, but yes, I get the point that you're making. And that's what I was explaining before, that, it took years of her knowledge in business and in management and senior management, and years of my working with people in marketing and television. I used to co-host a television program. So it's listening to people and knowing what people want in a sense without sounding cliche. So that's the reason why when we started Orca, again, it was a new industry, but old ideas.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. So how busy are you guys starting to pick up a lot of videos? You're starting to get really busy now, I would assume.
1,000% more.
Yeah. COVID, when COVID hit, we were just ready to take off.
Yeah.
And, we could have crumbled. We could have said, oh my God, we're not going to do this. But, we took that time and really laid some foundation. And our business is built on relationships, and it's built on long-term partnerships. We're not about the get in, get out, and get the fast buck and all of that. We want long-term partnerships, and the partnership has to make sense, and we have to feel it. We have to believe it. And if we don't, we just don't. We move on. And it's just like the LPGA. The LPGA was so welcoming to us, and others as well that we're working with and building those relationships. A couple we can't mention right now, but it's coming. And I think the reason people are now coming to us versus us going out and having to seek is it's all about being authentic. What you see is what you get. We're no different at home than we are in a business meeting. It's just who we are. So we don't have to play a part or whatever. We just be ourselves.
Yeah.
We're kind human beings, but we're still a little skeptic sometimes. But you have to be. You have to be in business in general. And I think people are seeing that we are who we are, and people want to do business with us now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I call that that's how I started that's exactly how I did it. Exactly. It's almost like it's all about the relationship. I'd say every brand I work with, it's all about the relationship. If I don't feel it or you don't feel it, then, and so when I first started out, a lot of people are known to like ask for money right up front and be like, oh, you want to be on a podcast? Sure. It'll cost you whatever. Oh, you want to do a video or a review? Oh, sure. It'll cost you this much. And I never did that. I was just like, hey, I don't even know you. So we're dating, right? So you're entrusting me with product, whatever that might be. I'm telling you, I'm going to write a review on it. And then we'll see what happens to this whole process. And because of that, and I don't think nobody does that anymore, right? Because everybody it's always the me. Yes. And you never build a relationship. At the first, I feel like if your first interaction with somebody is over money, then it's always going to be about money, right? Like I'm buying you, I'll never be your friend because it's like, oh, it's too late.
Yeah, we run into that all the time, Paul. And, it just kind of comes with the territory. It's unfortunately, you hope at some point those people will figure out that really doesn't work. Yeah. We've had one person come to us who said, I'm doing this in this area and I don't want anything from you. I really don't want anything from you, but I want to help you ladies because I believe in what you're doing. Maybe down the road, we'll talk about that. But you know what? No, we're not going to do it that way. And do you know, we have gotten, so much press from them. Yeah. And he'll call me up a day before and say, Deb, I've got a full page ad free. Can you just shoot me something over? And we send it over.
So what's going to happen with us to dovetail from that thing is, as we grow, they're going to be our go-to people.
Absolutely.
So every time we have something that we think will benefit them, it's going to go to them. And that's how our relationships have worked. And we talked a little bit earlier about, women golf. We're now working with PGA Tour players who have come to us and said, I've been working
with small world. Like nobody realizes how small it is.
Exactly. And, we just do, as Deb said, we're as authentic as we come. We have our products out there and we believe in the products and we know that the products are great. So we let the products and people speak for themselves. And we send, the LPGA event, we sell whatever we're doing. And we send it to people and they see it and they call us. And one agent who works with at least 5 PGA Tour players said, I've been working with this one company forever. And I want you to design some golf bags for these tour players. And I designed them. So it goes to show you that the old way of doing business through trust and purpose still works. And we're proof.
That's 100%. People always ask me, I get a lot of people will reach out to me and say, wow, how'd you do this? And I'm like, be yourself, do what you said you're going to do, and don't be a jerk. Right. And like, that's all it is. And work your ass off. That's like the fourth thing. Like, be willing to do something that somebody else doesn't want to do. Right. Or just work. So, that's exactly how I do it too. And we're both outsiders, right? You're outsiders. I'm outsiders. We're coming into we're not born and bred in the golf industry, right? At all. But I've learned over the last 3 years of me doing this, that it's a very, 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 very small world and everybody knows each other, and like do good and be yourself and it will happen exponentially. Will happen. And don't do it. The other thing is don't do it for like a reason, like say, okay, I'm going to talk, like, for example, I'm not doing this I'm going to talk to Orca because I want a free bag, right? Like don't go into it saying I want something out of it. Just go and be like, whatever, see what happens. Like this is like, that's like, don't have an expectation level. I don't know. Do it for the right reasons. As soon as I can say it, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you know why? Nobody does it anymore.
No, yeah, that's nobody cares anymore. All the money. And, when you do it with a purpose, there's reward and there's meaning and the money comes. So if people could just be themselves and be real, you don't, the days will probably never be over, but it's not in our wheelhouse. We don't want to be saying, okay, well, if you show me a little piece of this and I show you a little piece and stuff. No, we go to the table and we're going to be honest. And this is what it is. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we walk away.
Yeah.
Less stress. We sleep well.
I've done that before. I've worked with brands, like it's dating, right? So I tell them like the rules of, kind of like this is how we're going to do the review. And like, I can change, like I'll change parts of the review if it's like, I'm not technically correct. Like, oh, I say it's blue and it's red but I'm not changing my opinion. I'm not changing anything like that. And then I've literally had brands, that was the deal. And then when they get the article, they want to start changing stuff. And I literally say, I already told you we weren't going to do this. This conversation's over and we're not doing this. We're done. Because at that point, I already know their intention. I'm not going to try to work with them still. Yeah. Like, you're shady,
Yeah, we love we stay positive.
And we love feedback. We love feedback. We want to hear feedback because we're always looking for ways to make things better.
That's the best. I love feedback.
As long as it's honest feedback and it's not to undermine.
Yeah, and not like trolling, like, oh, yeah, just to try to, pull up crap or something. Yeah. But honest feedback is great because that's how you refine your product, right? Like, because we don't know. We have no idea. So.
No, absolutely.
There's a lot. So, a lot of learning, so we're good.
So what's coming out for this year? Like, what's the plan with Orca?
Well, we're really focused on this retail line of bags. Obviously, our custom bag side of the house continues to grow. I mean,
they look really nice. I just went through I looked at them before the show.
Yeah, thank you. And I think we want to focus on those and get as many out there as we can and get the name in front of as many people as we can. And we'll continue to do that, on a larger scale, on a smaller scale, wherever we can. Again, it's all about talking about it. And it's easy to do because the quality backs it up.
Yeah.
So we're super excited about people physically seeing them now.
Yeah.
They've heard they're coming.
Yeah.
And we're just happy to finally have them in hand. So that's.
So I know because you guys were waiting on your order to ship, right? And like that took forever.
Well, that's COVID. That's COVID for you.
Yeah, it's COVID. Everyone has that problem. So it's like, everybody. So do you guys have them? And are they here now? Did the shipment come in finally?
All of our main bags that we use for our samples and all of that are here.
That's good.
In about a week, week and a half. So they're already on the sea.
Yeah, so people have pre-ordered bags and they're going to be delivered in a couple of weeks.
That's cool. That's really cool. So it's happening. It's like, it's finally like the product's starting to come in. That's always.
So you went on our website today, you can buy a bag and it will be shipped in 2 weeks. And if you buy 2 weeks.
Which is great anyways, because that's the normal.
3 to 5 days.
Yeah, you get
depending on the
5 days. So that's where we are. So like she said.
So are you going to ship the bags out of Florida or do you get like a warehouse distribution center somewhere?
Out of Florida for now, yes. Out of Florida for now.
So the ship came to Florida? Wow.
Well,
did it get shipped across the United States? Did it come into LA or something?
Yeah. They come into California and then they ship. Yeah.
So that's
for anybody out there who is completely new to business, this is a huge pain in the ass. Just telling you, like, this is not easy. You're on someone else's time schedule, especially when you're in a foreign country. And then it's a pain in the ass. And shipment is expensive. It almost costs, it's like whatever they say, oh, it costs this much per unit. You're like, okay, cool. And then they're like, oh yeah, but the shipping is going to cost like 3 times that amount. And they're like,
exactly. Yes. And that's exactly what happened after COVID. The shipping is like 3 times.
Oh yeah.
And it'll eventually come back to a little bit of normalcy, but it's going to be a little bit higher than
a long time. There's not enough. I read an article saying how there's literally a shortage of container ships right now.
Yes, there is.
There really is.
Expect for up to a month in shipping.
Absolutely. And we can't control that.
We can't have any control over that.
A friend of mine who knows a lot about shipping, he sent me a picture the other day that someone had taken several miles offshore of the Pacific Ocean where the ships are coming in. And they're just butted up against each other, waiting their turns to come in.
To come into port.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's just so bad.
And think of with the pandemic, it did 2 things. One, it reduced the time it takes to make something because people were sick. So when you would have 10 people working, it probably was down to 4 or 5. It reduced that. And then shipping. Now you're having to add medical supplies in millions to production. So our golf bags doesn't mean as much, or somebody's shirt doesn't mean as much as PPEs getting to thing. So I think
the other thing too is like the tariffs and stuff, right? Like if you're like, I heard it go up to 15%. I had a friend of mine who was telling me this story. I was like, holy shit, like this is so bad. So he ordered a bunch of products, right? The shipping guy never told them, or what do you call those people? Whatever the middleman is, right? That figures it out. They didn't tell him there's going to be a tariff. Okay. So the stuff comes in and then it's at the airport. And then the shipping guy said, okay, customs says you have to pay a tariff and it's 15%. And he's like, you need to send me $20,000 right now or we cannot release it. He's like, wait, what? He goes, I don't even have $20,000. So like he had to like get a credit card, charge 20 grand on it so he can release his product so he could sell it. I'm like, because the guy never told him there was going to be a tariff. But I don't even know how tariffs even work. It works.
Manufacturing is a tough world, but
it's a tough world.
We got it.
Yeah, we got it under control.
You can't see these guns, but they're there.
Well, that's awesome, you guys. I love what you guys are doing. I think it's really cool. I think you guys are going to blow up.
Thank you.
I think in about 1 year, everyone's going to know what Orca is, or at least a majority of people are know. Like honestly, because there's not. Yeah, I mean, it's only let's say less than half a dozen golf bag companies, but give it a year. I really do, because I'm not just saying that because you're not selling crap. You know what I mean? If you're selling some vinyl bag that was $200, I'm like, oh, I've seen a million of those guys come and go. But you guys are doing it a completely different way. And you've been very strategic in your relationships and how you're taking care of it. You're running like a corporation. You're not running it like, Deb and Erica selling golf bags that they bought on Alibaba, right? So it's gonna, there's certain brands when I talk to them, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen. I can already see it. So just give it. I think in a year, people will definitely. I knew about you guys because of Mark, right? So, but yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. So, thank you for being on the show. Hopefully, I can get to review some of your bags this year. That'd be kind of cool.
Absolutely.
Put you up against some of the other bags I have behind me, like these vessel bags or those vessel bags.
We're ready. We're very confident.
We're ready.
We're very confident.
So thank you.
I reviewed pretty much every vessel bag out there. So I'm a bag snob. No, I'm really not. What happens, I get bags and I just give them away to people. Like after I get them and I'm like, oh, it's a cool bag. And then I give somebody, I'm like, oh, who needs a really cool bag?
You won't give our bags away.
I guarantee
I'll give away those bags. Well, thanks for.
You say that to all your customers.
No, then my name's on that bag. So like I'll have to cross my name out with like a black Sharpie. Be like, oh, here's a bag for you. And they're going to be like, thanks a lot. Well, thanks for being on the show. And I hope to do more with you guys this year. And you guys can check out Orca Golf Bags. What's your guys' URL again? Isn't it Orca-Golf?
Yes, orca-golf.com. And Paul, we appreciate it very, very much. And look forward to having you take a review of our bags as well.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
My own country, one love.
Oh, yeah. All right. You want to sing that for me? That's one of my favorite songs. Okay, darn it. All right, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Behind the Golf Brand Podcast.
You're going to beat me at golf?
Stay connected on and off the show by visiting golfersauthority.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Golf is always more fun when you win.
Stay out of the beach and see you on the green.